Unreal Nightmare have done very well to walk up on this bridge kind of unscathed. They are going to have the most difficult time, though, because they have to go arguably the furthest. Grow Gaming, I would say, are in the best spot. And you can see if they can wipe out CZ, then maybe this game will be in their hands, but it is not an easy thing to do.
Unreal Nightmare get the knockdown onto Sykes. That's going to be him down, and that's the Newcastle. Remember, he did at least get the castle wall down before he fell, so he's going to give his teammates some cover to play, and they're going to have the opportunity to stick the res. Caustic barrels are going to go in, though. They're going to be popped, and you wonder if that's going to burn away the health meds or give the opportunity here for Grow Gaming. They will find two. Sykes and Funk are gone.
Yeah, Grow Gaming now can step up. Oh, one knock, though, onto Drop does change things potentially, because it opens up now. Unreal Nightmare can get involved in this, and Grow will be eliminated.
ZZ gone. Grow Gaming eliminated. Top three now. Unreal Nightmare, one of those teams. Castle Wall goes down. On the low ground, though, it's Thuggets, and they have an evac tower to jump up and potentially third party this. Thuggets should get the win in this position. The damage is done. Masters of Evil eliminated. One player to deal with, and Thuggets should claim game number one. Davis Wave, goodbye. Thuggets are your champions.
They bide their time. They were very patient, and they are rewarded for said positioning.
Less exposed, a little more power from a positional standpoint, but they're on the slow side of zone, which means Falcons, nice guys, they're just in pajamas, leave no witness, who are totally exposed. They actually have to move first, so zone spammers and Masters of Evil might be able to wait this one out for a little bit. It's going to be a battle up on top.
Leave No Witness are trying everything they can. Void Passage to get them a position elsewhere, but they're being shot by almost every team, it would see, as Falcons get a knock on to NIP. Leave No Witness have also lost two. Masters of Evil now push inside this building, but now this is when teams have to start leaving. This is where the castle wall is going to be important.
There it is. Oh, can't get the Q off. Hal's a day late, but is he $1 short? It seems like he might just have someone to cover the bill. It's Gilderson's, but can they get Hal back up? That's the question. 3 Falcons members. Oh, that looks like a guaranteed win if they can pull it off. Masters of Evil fighting that second fight here. Gilderson's with the Sheila singing from high up above. Turns into the new kill leader. And this just could be 2 games where Hal is the IGL. And within his first chance of taking back Falcon under his wings, he wins.
An incredible victory from Falcons. As I said, they hadn't done much in terms of getting kills in the early game. In terms of the mid game, they were just playing position, they were just playing zone, but they were rewarded for their hard work.
But one tick from that zone might take him down. Hal could be falling in the next few seconds, unless he can do what he does best, which is find a place to rat. Ninjas in pajamas now, forced into zone. Thermite's going down. They jump into the building. They know they need to look for KP here, and the spray from McLovin might be good enough to take down CIMJ. They will win that fight, but McLovin will go down.
Absolute mayhem with the amount of void passages as well, just allowing you to transition from one to another, go from building to building, from up to low, from down to high, as Unreal Nightmare get the kills onto NIP. 6 squads now remain. Funk's just gone down again as TSM will get that knock.
Sykes is down as well and been finished. So it's just 0. Who's alive? Falcons are still alive, though. Waltzy on his feet, by the way. As TSM have found Hal, and Panic has taken him down. Falcons will fall. ZZ will go down straight afterwards as well. And can TSM now finally make the most of the zone going their way? Panic trying to hold the line.
Well, TSM take down Liquid Alienware. Now Unreal Nightmare. They maybe can come through, but I say that, suddenly it all changes.
Well, Duplex has a chance to clutch, but Unreal Nightmare will win here on Aegis Street in game number 3. My goodness, that was a carnage-filled endgame there. It was so difficult to even predict who was in a good position to win it. But in the end, it's going to be Unreal Nightmare who claim that champion banner. A job done here really for a lot of teams in dealing with one player from ROC. It was Liquid who actually extended out to get that knock. Zero's trying to put more pressure on. He wants to start this fight and force this place under the building, but the drill is going to hurt. He's trying to get information on where ROC are, and we'll be able to retreat back to that gen, but the zone is closing. The bubbles had to go. ROC get a little bit of revenge here, but it looks like they will be able to hold. ROC will be eliminated. ZZ's still alive, and they're sticking the res.
What a shot from Sykes, the triple take. Quick swap after the EVA 8 runs out of bullets. That was top tier. Fantastic stuff from ZZ. And now it's DMG. We kept laughing at how they would find a spot to play. Well, they found one. Liquid Alienware, top 3. Given this zone, they'll take it. But can they make it a top 1? Beautiful Gibraltar bubble playing around Gibby's dome. Huge shots from Future Streams. He gets one. He gets another. It's them and Liquid Alienware, which only means that ZZ have to be around the corner. DMG. Future Streams, he misses Sykes. Sykes doesn't miss him, but Liquid Alienware does it from the beginning and to the end. They take the win in Game 4, right where it all started.
A perfect zone read and perfect execution from Team Liquid Alienware. The perfect game of Apex Legends coming from them.
2 Gibbies, 2 Maggies. So the Gibraltar teams, you are not safe at the moment. And then on the other side, you've got DMG, who are completely against the grain and have the lifeline to work with.
Off the back of destroying that gen, by the way, Huntsman's gone down. The nade timed perfectly, as might be this portal from DMG. Chaos Feelings, 1 HP and a dream. DJ Killer trying to hit spin all the classics right now. And he's still alive in this situation and still pumping with this Eva.
Takes down Masters of Evil into the top 4. Any chance for a tippy tap? Does get one. And now he can help heal them up as well. Grower starting to get involved though as ROC looking. Unreal Nightmare get eliminated. 3 teams now remain.
ROC trying to move up on this ramp. They've got the head glitch to play. Arguably the best position in zone as Unreal Nightmare will finally fall. Kills going the way of ROC here as they have Grow in front of them, and it's a case of now just waiting for this 3v3 to go their way. It's a straight shootout, although so much damage has already been done to Grow.
Grow should just get chunked away, and ROC will take match 5 and capitalize on a very interesting endgame that was perhaps just thwarted by a portal in from DMG. They really did change things and change how people were going to plan that final circle, but there was fences everywhere with no crypto around. It meant that we had a lot of Watson to work with. But TSM are holding on. Riot Drill now going to come through, and it is getting ticks, but now Gibby Bubbles dropped. Hot Dog Mafia are going to take that fight. It's 2 separate 3v3s.
Masters of Evil catch duplex with his hands on his fences. Instead of on his gun, Durex are eliminating Masters of Evil down to just 2, Miles and Legatron. Ashport up late here just to try and inch in towards zone. Zone is hurting though. Skill Cakes is hurting more with that PK. Legatron trying to go huge. But with the P20s and a Thermite in front of him, he has to crawl towards zone. The game is over for Masters of Evil. Hot Dog Mafia versus TSM to close it.
TSM have got plenty of damage against them though. Hot Dog Mafia should clean it up, will clean it up. And Hot Dog Mafia get some much needed points for their chances of getting to championships.
Man, 30 points. I think that's the 2nd highest overall game we've had this entire weekend, gentlemen.
That's ridiculous. That's a 30-point game. I mean, most people get that in an entire day play, and you get it in one game, excuse me. Yeah, not bad. TSM, by the way, was 16, just dwarfed. I mean, 16 is a great game, but 30 is exceptional.
Look at that. Masters of Evil right behind. Let's go to the overall standings. We mentioned it. It was DMG who got the edge. Falcons tried their best. ROC went down early. NIP stayed sneaky in that 4th spot all day. And Grow Gaming go from a win yesterday to a 5th place today. They got to be feeling happy with that. So regional finals have been clinched by Grow and Falcons, which has got to be music to Grow's ears, as well as Algs coming back in, takes the pressure off with the 2nd place. And everyone wanted to know what he did with his IGL status, Dan.
Nax trying to find this angle here. Cinetic will find one blast down as well. It's all up to Lufka as Endorse will be eliminated. FaZe just raining down terror from the high ground here.
They need to be making sure they get this done somewhat quickly because Legion Gaming at the moment are avoiding all this gunfire. And FaZe don't want to have to drop off and be vulnerable to both teams. They want to really wipe this squad before they drop. You can see they're trying to do just that. But Legion Gaming now have to press up to the hedges.
Oh, Excel's being popped here by Nax as well. That can be really, really influential. Roadhouse finally are eliminated. If they can get that Nox gas canister back, this should be a win here for FaZe, but they do have to drop. And when you drop, it means your guns aren't up.
EMP did get popped.
Nox gas not going to be used as yet because FaZe are doing enough damage with just those guns. Cinetic falls, but FaZe will close it out. A masterful performance from FaZe in game number 1, controlling that high ground, and now can call themselves champions. I'd say probably the 4 most consistent teams in EMEA. If you throw Go Next in that conversation as well. find themselves postured against each other. Alliance, who somehow found their way from their POI to their god spot, now have all of the height to play with as well. Hack is commanding space as well. He's trying to put damage onto FaZe. He's trying to make sure that they are forced away from their position as Rodin decide, hey, we want to try and play, maybe not for the win here, but certainly for some extra placement and extra KP. They are flying in on the low ground, and Roadhouse are taking damage.
That Maggie Q is going to be a day late and $1 short. FaZe are swinging on him, but what's going to be the response? Ronin eliminated after that aggression, and it leaves Alliance from the top ropes to come down and try to answer the call. The Giants have been swinging. Oh, but David responds, and FaZe are not able to get the job done. Alliance come back on top and say, we belong right in first place.
Most of the space you can see on that map overhead completely, like you say, Dan, controlled by 07. Onyx are trying to spray out this Newcastle wall with a Sheila. And FUL might be thinking about, hey, can we just try and send it onto 07 here, get a couple of KP, which opens the door for Onyx.
Yeah, I think FUL can really change how this game goes. Whoever they decide to fight, if they push one of these teams, might just win it for the other.
Dan takes some damage. Tyler's
I like this.
Tyler's getting aggressive, and I said how he might be a game changer for 07 when he's changed how this fight is looking. Damage outburst. Nasky now gets involved. Couple of shots coming in from him. Kizaron tries to poke around that Newcastle Q, but is he going to be able to connect? EMP now coming in from Kashira as well. This should give the door a little jar. FUL down for 07 to burst through and win this game.
Zidane's got down, and 07 will clean this one up after a very impressive match 3. Not only did they play it perfectly when they were trying to assess that zone, but it was how they commanded space towards that end game. And you said how they brought in Tyler to try and make a difference. Well, I love what he was doing on that Wraith, just making sure he got into different spaces to take different angles, to be aggressive at the right time. And it just, as you said, opened the door for 07.
You still see Citadel Gaming. They're going to go on the opposite side of that pillar. It's still Killer Whales, and it's still Roadhouse, waiting to see who makes it out of the fray. I like Roadhouse here a lot, Dan, especially since they don't have to drop.
However, we have got the ability for Killer Whales to drop a little bit of something else. Having Bangalore available to them, they are going to have the smokes as well to give them some coverage here. And mainly it's going to be what Citadel Gaming do alongside Nom. They can really influence this fight, but Nom have already lost one. Citadel also struggling to get across that lava. So Killer Whales, they're just raining hell from above here.
Oh, that's huge, man. I mean, look at this. They started off with just a few kills. Now they've at least got 11. That is a massive game for them. Last time we checked in, they had 13 points. They now have 27. My goodness, what a showcase from Killer Whales. This is going to take a lot, though. They're going to have to be a little bit of Houdini magic here, pulling a rabbit out of the hat, because Roadhouse have just been sitting pretty, but they go down. And look at this, Citadel Gaming, who've probably traveled the farthest to get here, are going to take a clean second place, because Killer Whales are going to live up to the namesake. They hunt in the pack, and they find their prey. 31 points in that game, the single highest game of the day, and might be so far of the weekend in Americas and EMEA's. Wonderful performance from them with a little bit of an unorthodox composition, Dan.
Slam on the outside. Kishera's going to pick this for 07. Doesn't get the knock though, takes a little bit of damage, has to retreat back into that building. Sheila deleting artificial cover at the moment. Let's take flight. Find themselves in a little bit of a sticky spot here on the outside of the zone. Passion trying to survive as well. Onyx still alive inside of that building. I think the teams inside of green are going to be safer for longer than the other building you can see in the distance here. So they're going to be able to play that cover. SBS make their play though, trying to get these kills on the outside.
Yeah, this could be a big fight if you win this one, but because you've lost 2 already, can you even... I don't even know if you have time to get back up here. We'll have to see. It's going to be a race against the zone. All the meanwhile, you can see the impact it's having on this southeast building. Empire are holding the top of it and look to be one of the better situated teams right now in terms of damage, but now this is the drop.
They're going to drop onto Onyx Esports, I think this is. They've also got Passion in front of them, SPS. They were the last to go, but the next to go is so difficult to call here. Onyx now going to feel Sheila. And that is going to give Empire Gaming the win. They slam middle zone. They turn their attention to the fight happening in front. And it's going to be Rampart who influences how this game goes. And boy, that was a difficult one to call down. That was a fun game number 5.
Yeah, Empire send themselves up to second place in the overalls, I believe. And yeah, a very difficult one to say who's the kind of favorite when you're looking at the map and you just see a bunch of teams in the same building. But the fact that Empire had the high ground over everyone and they had cover to work with as well.
4 squads remain. Killer Whales still in this. They're going to put themselves into a great position in the final standings as well. But Empire Gaming, like you say, 3 points away from stealing first place in match day 7 away from FaZe Clan. KP might be in front of them here, Dan.
Yeah, again, those P2020s just being spammed across. See if you can connect anything. The Gimme Bubble does go down. Oh, but the cat wall, the Dark Veil maybe just holds them back here. I don't know if they want to push through this, but they commit. Gotta be careful.
Trying to keep the pressure on, but now the noise has been made. Life was more fantastic. Mid-range P20 shots. Will slow down.
Oh my.
You aim. Empire Game is still healthy. King. He's down. There's one of those points. Take flight. Have been eliminated. Top 3 now.
And Empire Gaming, they get the points. They take first place away from FaZe, but they might be able to seal this with a win if they can get back and healthy. You can see they are struggling at the moment. The nades come in, but they do have the Newcastle to get the rest. But sadly, aggression from the other side to push it onto Empire, but you go out with a bang.
UA will be the winners of game number 6, but the story was all Empire's. A fantastic Game 6 performance from them will mean that they will win today. They will win the series. And you gotta say, they deserved it, Dan. That final game performance was absolutely astronomical.
So for the likes of Empire, the fact now they find themselves on 71 points, they've got their spot in regional finals. They have found their place there, and they now can just focus on and dedicating their time into practicing, getting better, and locking in that chance of winning regional finals. And the same could go for the likes of Roadhouse, for example. Roadhouse, even though they are slightly closer in the overalls, if they drop down a little bit here, they might have to go to regional finals to get there. FaZe Clan have to win regional finals if they want to get there as well, because now looking at the gap of how far you are behind first place, winning Pro League suddenly is becoming a little bit more difficult, and that's why your eyes suddenly become set on regional finals.